It's Thursday, July 22nd, and we have 1 week and 1 day left in this year, or this month, for the 7th month of the year. And of course, time flies. What's going on in real estate today? Let's hit it, because we have some things to talk about. All right. We listed 130 homes yesterday, so that, of course, always makes me happy. We put 128 under contract, and we're holding steady about 24 days. I like 24 days. Between 20 and 24 days, I think, is our sweet spot right now with what Zillow is doing. So, and they are buying homes, as you know, and testing our market a little bit. Anyway, we closed 102 homes yesterday, and our average daily for this month is 130 per day, and that includes the weekends. So last month, which was June, we were at 148, and as I said, I think that by the end of July, I think we're going to hit 140, but we'll see. June's a funny month. When we were recruiting agents, it was always a funny month in June for recruiting agents. And Remax, when we were Remax, good morning. Oh my gosh, you got a notification. Something's working. Yay. Oh, Karen, that's wonderful. Yeah, so when we were recruiting with Remax, Remax would tell us, we'd have meetings with them, of course. On a corporate level, they would always stay in touch with their franchisees, as we were. And they always told us that July was really the slowest month across the nation for recruiting, except for Arizona and Nevada. So for some reason, agents in Nevada and Arizona tend to make their changes in July. I'm not sure why that is. Because you would think most agents would say, okay, January is a new year. I'm going to make a change, or I'm going to go start my own company, or whatever the situation was. But that wasn't the case. July was the month. So we'll see what happens. I think, and I'm bringing that up because I think it's the same way with our real estate market. July is just a funny month. So we'll see. We have 43 single family homes that were just listed under 400,000. And we have 1,034 single family homes available under 400,000 that are active. That's good. We're selling $4.5 million homes a day. We're up to 892 for the year, and we have 483 available. So we keep selling and we keep listing. Same thing in that market, the $1 million market, as in the under $1 million market. And then we have Zillow and the non-MLS OfferPad, Open Door, and they have done 2,089 transactions this year, and that's 7.4% of our closings. And they're doing about an average of 10 a day. So they are out there. And you know how I feel if you've been listening to me this week. Scary things going on. Just to let you know that in the group, I posted the stat sheet with the key. You can call it a key or a cheat sheet, if you will, so that when you give it to people, you can tell them, well, this is what this is. It goes 1 through 9, and I talk about the area, I talk about Clark County, and I talk about what each one of these areas is about. And as time goes on, we'll make this even more easier, even for people to read, than it is now. So let's talk about NAR. Now, I check on NAR quite often, and they this was just posted, but they're saying something I'm not real happy about, and I don't see Frank here today, but so a top official from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development joined policy experts from NAR on Thursday, which was last week, to discuss solutions for the nation's historic housing supply shortage. And the virtual policy forum went in depth on research commissioned by NAR and authored by the Rosen Consulting Group, which found that the U.S. is in the midst of an underbuilding gap of around 6 million housing units. Oh my gosh, that's a whole year's worth of sales right there. So the report, housing is critical infrastructure has taken center stage in the national conversations on housing policies, particularly after Biden last week reiterated his administration's focus on housing as part of its broader infrastructure push. So the U.S. housing shortage is the result of more than a decade of severe underbuilding and underinvestment. And that was from NAR President Charlie Opler. And he said, that's what his opening statement was last Thursday. And he said, reaching the necessary volume will require a major long-term national commitment. And building all types of new housing must be an integral part of any national infrastructure plan. Like roads and bridges, housing is an essential long-term asset that helps families climb the economic ladder to prosperity, bringing people closer to job opportunities and generating tax revenues that support community residents. And then he went on to say, let me put up this, do this. There are not really any silver bullets, said the McCargo, who joined HUD this year after serving as vice president of Urban Institute's Housing Finance Policy Center. All these committees that were funding, just cringe. McCargo said that the administration will take a serious look at how we accelerate renovation and rehabilitation construction projects. Now, this is what concerns me. And if you've heard me in the law class and other classes, I'm very concerned about the legislature and inclusionary zoning. So this particular gal, she highlighted the importance of working on the local level to reform zoning. I just said that. And land use policies, and also noted that the rising cost of construction must be addressed. Getting on track on an aggressive renovation and rehab process, and also building resiliency and energy efficiency into that for the future are going to be really key approaches that the administration is prioritizing. So what the heck does all this mean? Well, what it means is we may see a lot of housing for low income. And my concern about the zoning is that they start allowing people to build low-income housing, you know, in neighborhood, in suburban neighborhoods or urban or rural, whatever you're going to call it, wherever you live. They may be allowing low-income housing and paying people to do it. And I talked about this before, and I hesitate to talk about it on the air too much, but maybe one day we'll talk about it a little more. I want to wait and see actually what all the laws are that are going to be put into place here, because I know inclusionary zoning was on the docket. I hope and pray it did not get approved. And if it did, we'll delve deep into it, okay, at that time. All righty. The other thing, let's see, let me get rid of this. When I was on the NAR site, and I think I mentioned this a week ago, if you are a member of NAR, which you're a realtor, you are, and you know your realtor number, which is easy to find. They email it to you if you can't find it. So there's no stress in getting on this site. They have Lenovo. They have made a deal with Lenovo. Now, Lenovo sells all types of things, all types of equipment, microphones, PlayStations, ThinkPads, and Kane and I just bought 2 computers for the company that were valued at $1,350 a piece, and we got them for $650. So that was a huge savings, so we bought 2. And then we bought Jimmy DAGUE computer. I mean, he's going to pay us, of course, but it was a $2,400 computer, and we got it for him for $1,350. Because Jimmy takes that laptop with him everywhere because he's all over the place, right? He's all over the place going and, you know, using it. It gets dinged and he needs a new one. So we facilitated that for him, and we can't wait to give it to him tomorrow. That'll be fun. So anyway, for you all, I just put, let me reduce myself. I just put this, this is on NAR, and I put the pay, it's hard to find it on NAR. So I put the page here that you can key in to get there. It's not easy to find. So I was just giving you all some help there. Thank you for liking me. Thank you. Appreciate that. I need likes and loves and comments and subscribe to my YouTube. The sale ends in a couple days. So, hold please. Sorry. I get dry. I'm out walking more in the mornings, and when the humidity's not there, my throat gets a little dry. All right. So you can go here and you can save up to 65%, all types of things down here. You can save up to 66%. I think we saved at least that on what we bought. And you can upgrade things like we upgraded the memory. Don't get a computer with 4 gigs of memory. Get it with at least 8, ideally 16. It's just a couple $100 more, but believe me, it'll save you so much time in the future because the software that people are writing is much more intricate, and we need to move quickly through the software. I don't like to see that little hourglass on my computer. I'm very impatient when it comes to, I got so much time, I got to get so much done, and don't slow me down. So anyway, wanted to give you all that little bit of information. Want to let you know that today at 10 o'clock from 10 to 1, if you're an Agent Formula member, you've taken any of our social media classes, this is free for you. If you haven't, it's $199. We're going to build Google business pages the right way, show you how you can enhance your internet presence, which is going to help your branding. Then we get into LinkedIn so that when people do find you, that your LinkedIn page is stellar and it jumps out of people and says, hey, I want to do business with Karen Cachero. Look at that. Look at that profile. Look at that page. Look at all she's doing. Look what she knows about the market, so on and so forth. And that's what you want. And then you also want to use it for referrals like I know Frank does. So that's today. Tomorrow from 2 to 5, Jimmy and I are doing our brand new class on buyer broker agreements. And you can Zoom or you can come to the classroom. You can go to bee.vegas to sign up. And it's a great class, three credits for contracts. So if you need buyer brokerage and you don't need CE core, you can use it for general. And this is a great class. It's new material and it's relevant to what's going on in today's world. All right. Now we're going to segue over to, I saw this, let me put myself down here. I saw this and I think, wow, what is Kevin OLeary saying? Prepare, the housing market about to crash in 2021. And you will know that's not what this is about. I mean, that's not what his end result is. It's quite the opposite, which is a lot of stars use that approach. They startle you, but then that's not really what they talk about. So I was going to start this, and it's only 7 minutes. And so I'm going to let the whole thing play. I might skip through his advertisement on his shirts, which takes about a minute. But anyway, you might be interested in that anyway. He has a pretty good ad in here. But anyway, let's get going. Let's do it. And I will do a sound check to make sure we can hear it. And I am going to get out of here.
There's some really stuff happening in real estate because I've been a real estate investor for 20, 30 years. Usually was the core holding in my portfolio, but that's changed quite a bit. So let me tell you what I'm thinking. Commercial real estate is going through dramatic change. Why? The pandemic changed behaviors of everybody all across America. Let's just take, for example, big office towers in New York City or in Boston or Detroit or any city. Before the pandemic, everybody went to HQ to go to work. Everybody said, okay, let's get in the elevator with 60 people, go up to 78th floor. But that's all changed. We've proven in this economy because of COVID that many people, let's say in accounting, compliance, logistics, they don't want to work in their cubicle anymore. They want to work at home. And they've learned over the last year they can do it successfully. So they don't want to come back. So that reduces the demand for office square footage dramatically. Think about this. I know we're getting vaccinated and that is great, but there's new strains. Every year there'll be a percentage of the population that never takes the vaccine. So COVID's coming back like a flu each year. And I think people people are going to be more health conscious. They're not going to want to be jammed into elevators going up to the 78th floor anymore. They're going to want to work from home. That's a bit of a trend. We don't know yet the total impact of it. So you've got this diminishment of the value of, you know, office space and commercial real estate and retail space. There's a lot of stores in third-grade malls, like really cheap places. They're not making any money because people are buying everything from Amazon and direct from companies. That's called the Great American Digital Pivot. So there's another asset class in real estate, basically 1,200 square foot strip mall stores, all kinds of other malls, not doing so well. That's the bad news. Here's the good news. People want to live at home. They want to have their own space. They want to have a place they can live and work, raise their kids, take care of their parents, whatever they're going to do. So you've got this two different spheres of value. Commercial real estate down, residential real estate up. How up? Big time up, crazy up. Look at this city I'm in right now, taking you on a tour of, Miami. This is one of the hottest real estate markets in the world. Now, before I go on, I want to talk about our sponsor this week, one of my favorite companies. You guys know I don't endorse anything that I don't use myself, ever. I'm wearing a Roback shirt. I love this company. I think they sent me some shirts a couple of years ago. I started wearing them. I fell in love with them because they stretch in every direction. Check this out. I mean, this one has long sleeves. I love this thing. It stretches in every way. I throw it in the washing machine. I dry it. I don't put it in the dryer. I know you can, but I don't. And it comes back. You don't have to iron it. It's terrific. All right, back to what I was talking about. So if you really think about it, you've got this split market. You've got commercial real estate, which I think is going to go down in value over the next couple of years. Not much, but it's going to, and I've taken my money out of that. And I've gone into residential. Residential real estate is going to be really interesting. For the next few years, think about it. People don't have to work in a ratty little cubicle. They'd rather go out in the burbs and work there. Makes total sense, right? But it's also going to reflect in the value of residential. So, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, there's no question the trend to continue to buy homes, upgrade them. They call it flipping. I don't call it flipping, I call it investing, because you're going to fix up the kitchen and the bathrooms. So let me tell you about investing in residential. When you buy a home and it needs a renovation, the only two things you should care about: kitchens, bathrooms. Building a movie theater in the basement, total waste of money. You don't get any return on that. I know it sounds cool to have a man cave, but the major purchase decision is often made by the matriarch of the family. The woman's walking in saying, where do I live? In the kitchen. Where do I live? I want great washrooms. And I agree with that completely. I love to hang in the kitchen. Why? That's where my family is. We're always hanging around, we're talking, we're putting the popcorn on, we're grilling outside, coming into the kitchen, we sit around the counter. That's the zone. That's the family zone. Every dollar goes there first. Every guy likes to shave in a nice bathroom. I like a little TV there. I like to watch a little TV in the morning when I'm shaving. I like a shower. I like a steam shower. These are all great investments. I know everybody says to me, put in a bathtub. I never use a bathtub. I'm in the shower. I love that. That's the way I look at it. So I would say that if you're thinking about investing in real estate, go residential, not commercial. There will be a chance. Think about something like a Bed Bath & Beyond. They closed 200 stores across America. Why? Because their online direct-to-consumer business was up 76%. What's going to happen to stores? They're not going to be stores anymore. They have to be converted to climate control, pick, pack, and facilities with robots that ship stuff out to the suburbs. Think about those crappy little movie theaters in those malls, the tiny ones, not the big ones. I think they come back. The IMAX, that kind of thing. But a little ratty movie theater that's not going to get any capital spent on it, and your feet are going to stick on the carpet. Who wants to go there? They're going to zero. Another class of real estate. Big problem. And I just think you have to be pragmatic. Think about the way you're going to live, even after we all get vaccinated, which, by the way, is not going to happen 100%. There's going to be a lot of people that don't want to take the vaccine. So maybe 80% get vaccinated, the other 20% keep bringing it back every fall. That's going to be a huge problem. I just I want to talk about this in the context of investing because real estate is a core holding for so many people and families. It's your number one asset. Anyways, at the end of the day, I think my thoughts are out there. No, Ned on commercial real estate. You wait 24 months, let the prices come down, maybe go back in then, because I think they are coming down.
Well, we have an incredible situation right now where the Case-Shiller Home Price Index is at its highest level ever.
Residential? Yeah, everywhere. And if you're into it, buy places that need a renovation and fix the kitchens and the bathrooms and resell them. I think you can get really high returns on that.
So I think that was a really good video to share. And I don't always agree with sharing. I don't always agree with sharing YouTube on your Facebook. But you might want to consider sending the link to people to watch in an email. It's just, more reasons for people to understand there's not going to be a crash. Commercial real estate, he's saying, let go of it. It'll come back in 24 months. Well, we own a building, so hopefully that's true. But I think commercial is more retail oriented than than the type of building and office that we have. But anyway, very powerful tool in your toolbox. Another one to show people that real estate is not going to crash, and people are going to want to work from home, and I find that to be a good thing, because then they're going to want to make changes to their home and or move. And then we have NAR telling us we have a $6 million backlog in homes. Going to be an interesting 2 years. Case-Shiller says that, or the Federal Reserve says they're not going to change the interest rate until the end of 2022. So that gives us, like I told everybody, we got so many months to get our act together. So, and not just for the market, but because of the things I told you about Zillow, the big gorilla in the room. I love you all. I'm going to sign off a little early today. I've got to get down to the classroom and get ready for teaching people how to build a business page on Google that will get them results. And then when people get those results, they go to LinkedIn, and you have a great profile and a foundation for people to want to know, like, and trust you. And I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe Jimmy will visit us.